There is a proverb that some say came from Italy, but all of us know it to be true. And here it is. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If you'll remember, we all had it cemented in our minds as right when a certain president reminded us by getting it wrong.
Fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Look, now we all know the proverb, okay? And in fact, that former president, George W. Bush, is among one of the few Republicans left who get the reality that his party is in a position of doubling down on a bad thing, a toxic tailspin. And it is time for all of us, especially the Democrats, to realize that they are about to get bitten by the minority party again. And they need to figure out what to do about it. I want you to remember, 2010, then Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell made it clear what his mission was as it pertained to President Obama.
Our top political priority over the next 2 years should be to deny President Obama a second term.
And he meant it. People didn't believe it. They thought it was just talk. Today, he said it again. What is his mission with respect to President Biden?
100% of my focus is on stopping this new administration.
This is why I say, don't pet the snake. And you know who knows all of this and yet seems like he is willing to pet the python again? The man who was Obama's vice president for all that, President Biden. Listen.
He said that in our last administration, Barack, he was going to stop everything. And I was able to get a lot done with him.
Was he? I mean, the president may be right on some essentials, but on the big ticket items that this President Biden now wants, let's remind, McConnell killed Obama's jobs plan. Never happened. Obama's infrastructure plan. Never happened. No to comprehensive immigration reform. Universal background checks. Never happened. Even with Aurora, Sandy Hook, Charleston, the Pulse nightclub tragedy. He never held a hearing for Merrick Garland's nomination to the Supreme Court and refused to fill more than 100 other judgeships. He then flipped the rule when they had power back. And we know what happened with the Supreme Court. And we know what's happened with the judgeships. Look, Biden should get this because he gets what the impetus for all this obstinance is. The party is all in on opposing Biden as a way to show fealty to Trump. And the president knows it. Listen.
They're in the midst of significant sort of mini revolution. I don't ever remember any like this. We badly need a Republican Party. We need a two-party system. It's not healthy to have a one-party system. And I think the Republicans are further away from trying to figure out who they are and what they stand for than I thought they would be at this point.
Now, first, not only is he right that you need two parties, but I think it's time for a real conversation about whether we should have 3, 4, or 5 legitimate parties and have more stakeholders in our representative base of government. But that's not right now. Right now, we're in a crisis. Biden's right, which is why he and the Democrats need to figure out how to get things done and fast, or they will be fooled again. Instead of moving toward compromise, the GOPQ or the Republicans, whatever you want to call them, they're becoming more intent on us and them. No we. The politics of lie, defy, and deny. You know what we're all watching right now? The latest illustration. Liz Cheney, the number 3 in the House, right, of VP Cheney pedigree, now getting ousted. Why? Refusing to advance the big lie about the election. That's all. That's all it's taking. The current number 3, she just put out a response tonight, in this effort to stop the party from purging her from leadership. We're at a turning point. We got to remember our values. We got to remember our principles. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Why? Because This is all about being square with Trump and what he wants. Now, on the outside, the same Retrumplicans who are trying to silence Cheney by taking away her right to speak as a leader are crying victim that their speech is being silenced by big tech. You see, this is what motivates their opposition. They attack, but then play the victim. They're now crying about Facebook, that the oversight board ruled to keep on banning Trump over the big lie and inciting a violent insurrection, with the caveat that a permanent decision needs to be made within 6 months.